Hey Internet, Eric here. St. Patrick's Day is coming up this weekend, and usually I discuss, a St. Patrick's Day horror themed movie on my channel. But the thing is, I've discussed all the Leprechaun films, so usually I'm now related to, Bloody Sundays, which I'll have a Bloody Sunday up this weekend. But I was thinking, there's got to be some cheesy, bad Leprechaun movie to discuss. And for some reason, I think people, love to watch me discuss stupid fucking movies. Uh, Especially Wildlife. This is not a wildlife film. I was going through my Tubi queue because I knew I had a couple things in there. Today, I'm going to discuss. Let's see if I can lift this up. The Leprechaun's Game. This came out in 2020. Now, I'm going to do something a little different. Well, first off, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I discuss plot spoilers, specific scenes, what have you. I'm going to do something a little different this time. I did it once when I was, put that over there. I did it once when I discussed the Amy Schumer stand-up special. Um, I knew I wouldn't be able to write down or pay attention to a lot of stuff when I was discussing that. It was for my Is It Worth the Hate series. And so I was doing kind of a running commentary. I did little edits and clips and put it all in one video. And it was interesting. By the time, by the end of it, I was drunk and I dropped my phone, and that's all on camera. I figured this movie would be pretty bad and hard to remember. So I'm going to try to do that with this one too. There'll be some edits, uh, short videos spliced together however you want. It's, very unprofessional, about probably as professional as this movie's going to be. Anyways, never seen this before. We'll see what it is. It's on Tubi. Leprechaun's Game, 2020, an hour and 23 minutes. The plot is, I guess you would say, a wealthy man hires a bunch of thieves to hunt for mythical creatures that he can put in a museum, but the leprechauns show what makes them legendary. All right, I'll give credit where credit's due. That seems interesting. I like the idea of a wealthy man trying to collect mythical creatures. But as you saw with the cover, I'm sure this is going to be garbage. So I will see you off and on in a little bit. Pray for my soul, yada, yada, yada. Who knows? I might like this. I don't think I will. See you in a bit. Okay. 6 minutes and 17 seconds in. This movie starts out. We get two friends, I guess you would say. They pull up in a car. They're in a parking garage. And one girl, the driver, she's super scared. We got to give the gold back, blah, blah, blah. The other girl says, oh, no, we're going to keep this. We're going to get rich. You know the trope, the whole thing. Steal the gold, leprechaun's going to kill you type of bullshit. The same thing in all the Warwick Davis movies. The problem is, at least the leprechaun looked good. So you saw this image. Hold on. Let's see if it's going to fuck up because the way I'm holding this. Yeah, hold on. Anyways, you see the Warwick Davis makeup. Say what you will about the movies, the makeup looked good. And you saw this image. Let's see if I can hold it without fucking it up. And I didn't. Who cares? Kiss my ass. There you go. You saw this image, right? Okay. Looks like shit. But that's not the finished product. Let's go back here. This bullshit here, if it loads, probably won't. Anyways, here we go. IMDb. This bullshit here. This is what we're working with. That's the fucking leprechaun. He looks more like, have you ever seen, I discussed it, sometimes they come back again. He looks like what Alexis Arquette looked like when he was in full demon mode, except this is, you can tell, full Halloween mask. The fucking color on his face does not match the neck. You got the William Cat hair. He's got the stupid fucking leprechaun hat on his head. I get it. We're working with a budget of 50 cents. So he shows up and he makes some stupid fucking joke. It doesn't matter. He blows some green CGI mist into the driver's face, and her eyes turn black. But it looks like it's a really bad 50-cent Microsoft Paint effect. It turn her eyes black, and then suddenly she goes, I can't see. She falls out of the car, and then the leprechaun gets out of the car as the friend runs away. Friend runs away with the gold in her hand. Leprechaun gets out, and he looks like he's a full-sized man. Leprechauns are usually, the little short creatures, so I don't know if they just couldn't find a little person, or the little person that they had in mind had standards. Anyways, he walks over to her and bashes her head in with a hammer because, after using something magical to make her blind, he bashes her head in with a hammer. And she's killed off screen with some CGI blood. I can handle lame CGI blood. It is what it is. Like I said, I know what I'm getting into, kind of. So, budget-wise, I know what I'm getting into. Now, we have a good chase scene. It's decent. It's got some decent score, you know what I mean, for intensity, blah, blah, blah. The girl is scared. She's hiding, and then we see the leprechaun, and he's a full-size fucker. He's now gotten rid of the hammer, and he magically has a machete now, as we see him going up the stairs. So he's going up the stairs, and she does the whole, I'm scared, I'm hiding, my back's against the wall, and then suddenly she starts convulsing, you hear a squishy noise, and she falls down, and the machete is through the wall type of thing. She drops the gold, the end. And then we have this whole scroll about, finding a rainbow, it'll grant you can get wishes, you can steal the gold, but the leprechaun will be after your life and your soul in exchange for payment, some bullshit. And now I'm dealing with some couple arguing over some bullshit. Gonna be a long night. Okay, the people arguing was Carl and his wife or girlfriend. They're talking about, Carl's talking about how they have no money, and then he's now all upset because she's pregnant. And we know where this is going. She says she's not going to have the baby. And he pauses for a good 5 seconds and trying to be dramatic. Then he just goes, what? Instead of, what? Or something like that, he's just like, what? So this guy's trash. He's an awful actor. And then he gets a phone call. First off, the editing in this is really bad. There's some accidental blurring of the lens when Carl's in his kitchen before he gets a phone call. I get a phone call from his friend Marshall, who is an equally shitty actor. I guess they did I don't know if they did heist jobs or whatever, under the table type of stuff. And they get hired by this rich dude who, this is I'm pretty sure this is in the UK, obviously. I don't know if it's Ireland, I don't know if it's Scotland, any of that bullshit. Doesn't matter to me, But he looks like the UK version of Robert Patrick. He's telling Carl and Marshall what he wants, and he says he is a collector of things. And the things he collects kind of, basically proves that that these mystical creatures exist. He says he has the claw of Bigfoot. He's got the fur of a Yeti. And one thing I thought was cool, I wish we would have seen this stuff instead of them just fucking sitting at a table. But he also says he has the sack that Krampus throws the children in. So that was cool. And I don't know what it is, but this guy is this Robert Patrick looking dude. He's very intense and he's very fascinating to watch because I think he knows that he's in trash. And I like it. So he's saying, I'll give you both £1,000 for your time and then £100,000 if you get me the gold, the leprechaun's gold that you have to find at the end of the rainbow. They both accept, and I'm intrigued because I'm hoping we get more Robert Patrick. I'm sure we're not going to, but 14 minutes in. All right, 24 minutes in. What's his name? Marshall has now gotten a group together. I guess they do these type of heists or whatever you want to fucking call them. They've done them before. We have been introduced to Ruby. And I guess her importance is she's doing this because she has a sick sister or something like that. We see some person coughing on a couch, so they're probably dying. The sister is asking Ruby, don't get into that line of work again, blah, 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 blah. Then we jump to the forest, I guess you would say, and it's a group of 5 people, I guess you would say, 5 or 6 people total. The last time they were together, Well, first off, Ruby asks Carl, I'm sorry about what happened last time. I thought you were out of this work. And then he looks disgusted when he says something came up, because he doesn't want to be a dad. And this Carl guy fucking sucks. Ruby's okay. Carl fucking sucks. The rest of them so far are okay, other than Marshall. He fucking sucks too. And Marshall tells them what the deal is. You know, we're all gonna get this amount of money. We just gotta find gold at the end of the rainbow. They look at him like he's fucking stupid. And then he says something, well, I've seen crazier things than this. What? I want to know what crazier things you've seen this. So then we have a couple minutes of them looking for the gold to some pretty cool music. I like the music. It's kind of intense and eerie and weird. But the way these actors are just kind of strolling through the fucking woods, just lifting up twigs and moving them. They look like they're going on a fucking Easter egg hunt. It's dumb as shit. Marshall ends up finding the gold. Ha ha ha, look what I found, you guys. And now they plan on keeping the gold because it's going to be worth more than the 100K that they're going to get paid. So, and now they're celebrating, I guess, at a hotel with champagne and beer. 59 minutes and 28 seconds left. It's not awful, but man, some of these actors really are bad. Like, I expected them to be a little better than this. Fuck my life. Okay, so we are getting our first kills. No-name guy who is not Marshall or Carl. He shows up to his apartment, and he's all happy-go-lucky, thinking he's going to have some money. Sits down, he's calling for his girl. She doesn't answer. He sits down, he looks at his vase, of flowers, pulls out a piece of paper that's rolled up like a scroll, says that you have my gold. Not me gold, says you have my gold. His girl shows up. He tells her the good news. They go have sex. She's already got her clothes on and under the covers after they're done. He goes to take a shower. The leprechaun is watching them. You know, he's a peeping Tom. Because we get a POV shot of him watching them through the fucking closet. He's in the shower. I think her name is Phoebe. She gets attacked by the world's biggest leprechaun. He jumps out, tries to strangle her. And then he says, where's me gold? You have me gold. So why does he say me, even though he's able to write my? Don't get it. Blows some magic dust in her face. Her face immediately turns red, like she's covered with glop, I guess you would say. I guess they're trying to make it seem like her skin burned off. Looks bad. She starts coughing, falls down. He gets out of the shower, goes to check on her. She says run or some bullshit. And he is chased, again, like I said, by the world's biggest fucking leprechaun. This guy is full-sized. And he's running away, and literally the leprechaun goes like this. So motherfucker's using the force to stop the guy from running away. He walks around. The guy says, what are you? What do you think I am? And he's got that, he's not like high-pitched like, Warwick Davis or even Lyndon Porco, the high-pitched type of thing. No, he talks like this. Like, I don't know if it's fucking Kylo Ren. The first thing I thought of was the scene in From Dusk Till Dawn where Quentin Tarantino was just killed, and George Clooney says, I love you, Richie. And then he wakes up and says, I love you too, Seth. So he has that deep voice. So we got Kylo Ren, so it makes sense why he was using the fucking Force. And then God, this is bad because, you could see the mask, how it doesn't connect to the neck. There's no paint on the neck. You can see dark circles around the eyes to hide, air quotes, the fact that the mask is not covering the eyes. Anyways, he pulls out what looks like a stopwatch. I don't know. He's holding it flat in his hand. And then he makes some green CGI smoke or lasers come out, and it lights up the dude's face, turns the dude's face green, and that's it. All right, 41 minutes, 42 seconds in. Asshole Carl tells his girl, okay, we're going to have, the good life, blah, blah, blah. We can keep the baby, blah, blah, blah. No one cares. Just more padding. So we get another death. It's the second girl that's in the group, the one that's not, what's her name? I already forgot. Doesn't fucking matter. Well, anyways, Ruby. Ruby meets up with her sister, whatever, says things are going to be fine. So the other girl that's in the group, she is now got done spending her half of the gold, and or her cut of the gold. She's getting out of her car. She's in a parking garage, handful of bags, and she's scared because she hears ha 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 ha. Kylo Ren's laughing in the background, and I'll give the director credit. It was really cool because she's in the middle of the parking garage and the camera kind of starts spinning around and we hear this creepy carousel music or like, those Jack in the Box music, that you crank up and then the fucking clown pops and gets you. But then it goes on for far too long and I'm like, okay, as what was once cool is now fucking boring and lame. So she calls, what's his name, Marshall. I think something's coming to get us, something that's after the gold. And then, instead of saying where she is, she fucking hangs up on him. So she tries to escape, I guess you would say, by slowly walking, hands full of her bag still. Sees the leprechaun. The leprechaun, slowly chases her. I guess he's hiding under the car and stabs her in the leg because she starts limping away. And motherfucker is, he's already, done the force choke and, blown shit in people's faces that either melts their face or makes them blind. But he is walking after her with a machete. Why do you need fucking weapons like this? Isn't like Warwick Davis, driving around, in a makeshift battering ram or a fucking pogo stick or shit like that. You know what I mean? He doesn't need knives. What's next? Is this guy gonna show up with a gun? Anyways, she falls or trips or some bullshit. I don't fucking know. Or he slices her from behind, and she falls down. And then he swings the knife down, but it looks like from the camera angle he hits her with the handle. Then he lifts it up. He walks away, and she's got like a really bad, thing of goo on her head to show that she's been stabbed. Oh, and Marshall and Carl go to talk to a guy. This is after he told his girl that, they had plenty of money. And the guy says, that unmarked gold coins with no certificate, you're not getting, 10K. I'll give you 3 or 30. I don't remember what he says. Either way, they're not getting as much money as they thought. I'm getting exactly what I thought from this. This isn't awful. Like, this is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? But it's not like Sharkula. This isn't Mark Polonius shit. This is dumb. This isn't a chore to get through. I've been watching it for 41 minutes now, and I don't want to jump off the balcony type of thing. Like, this isn't a chore to get through, but it's still fucking dumb. 41 minutes, 44 seconds left. All right, finally something good. Leprechaun shows up, and he is attacking Ruby's sister. And I wasn't paying attention. I don't know why he's saying she lied to him over something. I don't know what gold you're talking about. Something like that. Who cares? Doesn't matter. But he's actually using magic again, and this scene's actually really cool. So he does his little Kylo Ren force thing, and she's standing up against the window, and I think she's gonna be like thrown through the window and down the balcony and 2, 3, however many stories up she is, and she splat on the ground. But instead, he's forcing her to walk towards him, and she doesn't want to. But she is being forced to move her body in really painful looking ways, like a fucking contortionist. And what is really cool is you hear these crunching noises as she's walking forward. And then she hunches over and she's down on the ground and she looks like she's going to do the fucking spider walk from The Exorcist. And then she bends herself into like a pretzel like on her shoulders. And it looks awesome. And you got, like I said, that crunchy noise. It sounds like, take celery and just go stuff like that. So again, it shows this motherfucker doesn't need to be using hammers and machetes. And then he says some stupid bullshit, never lie to a leprechaun. And we get a close-up of his dumbass Halloween mask face. And that's it. So there is some good in this film. Very little, but I found something. That was really cool. Using the fucking machete and use your magic, goddammit. Fuck. Okay, so now, I think her name is Ruby. Is that what I said? Anyways, her sister's dead. She doesn't know yet. And she's now gonna go see this medium, I guess. And he says something like she's cursed or some bullshit. And he does mention that the only way to kill this fucking leprechaun, he must mention that it's a leprechaun, but we're doing the 4-leaf clover bit, and he says the 4-leaf clover represents love, honesty, 2 other fucking good things in the world, I guess. Who cares? It's stupid. And then now we are dealing with Marshall. Marshall's got all the survivors together, and he thinks that the person doing all these murders is a Irish or UK Robert Patrick. Why would he be doing that? Well, because he wants his gold type of thing. So he pulls out his plastic gun and he says, we're going to go take him out type of thing. They go and confront him. Why would I want to do this? Blah, blah, blah. It's fucking stupid. I got less than a half hour to go. So Ruby's doing the whole let's get on the internet and try to research Leprechaun's bullshit, which is fine. You know that happens in all these movies. But she lands on the, I guess, YouTube channel or something, the Doctor of Doom, some douchebag in a beanie, who is discussing, what is this? What's it? Leprechauns true or false? And he says how leprechauns are little demons who escaped Leviathan. Leviathan, captures all the creatures that are evil and make them do his bidding type of bullshit. This guy was literally on screen for 10 minutes and I was rolling my eyes so far back in my fucking skull, I thought they were going to shoot out the back of my head. I'm sure we're going to get more of this guy. And he's going to talk about weaknesses and blah, blah, blah. Just when I thought it was getting better, this douchebag has to show up. Alright, I had to rewind this a little bit because I was going through a lot of padding. And I wanted to test this fucking thing out. So one of the characters is walking through, I guess, the garden or the backyard, with the tool sheds and shit, looking for the leprechaun. And this is one of the longest fucking scenes in the whole goddamn movie where nothing happened. So I wanted to see how long this fucker was really walking through this fucking meadow or whatever it is. So I had to rewind it and look at the YouTuber, and he's not the Doctor of Doom, he's the Daddy of Doom. That's how he fucking says it. Anyways, talks about how the leprechaun, Leviathan is one of the 7 demons of the underworld, and he helped he had the leprechaun or some bullshit. I'll get into that in a second. So this dipshit, this asshole, is walking. He leaves the house, picks up like a garden trowel, walks slowly through the gazebo area, sees a bigger instrument of gardening, I guess. It's got a big fucking hook or something on a big blade. Then he slowly walks to a tool shed, goes to another one, looks around, opens this door, looks around. I literally have my stopwatch on. I paused it during the Tubi break. The ad break. I paused it during the fucking dipshit of doom. 4 minutes and 55 fucking seconds of this asshole walking from here to there, walking super slow like he's the fucking Frankenstein monster, doing absolutely goddamn nothing. 4 minutes and 55 seconds until he's kicked in the back of the leg by the fucking leprechaun. And then Kylo Ren walks up to him, says, "Where's me gold?" All that stupid bullshit. "Where's me gold? I want me gold." This is really getting really fucking dumb. So the guy's begging, pleading, no. So the leprechaun finds a tank full of gas, pours it all over this guy, lights a match, throws the match, and then we don't see anything because we're back to the dipshit of doom, talking about what Leviathan did with the leprechaun. So Leviathan hired the leprechaun to go to Earth to steal souls. So now we understand what that green mist was, or the green smoke that was coming out of that one dude's fucking face into the little locket. The leprechaun enjoyed Earth so much that he wanted to stay there. Leviathan said no, so the leprechaun stole some fucking gold, and it's gone really downhill since then. So now we have Ruby watching this asshole on YouTube while the guy got burned off screen, so I think he's fucking dead. So after she's done watching this YouTube video, she stares at the screen, looks behind her, stares at the screen, looks behind her, gets up, slowly walks. So this really had, this movie is an hour, 23 minutes long. 5 minutes of that was that motherfucker walking from here to there. She's staring off into goddamn space. Now we cut back to the guy who's on fire. We hear the fire, making the noise. He's got some really bad fucking makeup on his face. And he's just, You had gasoline poured all over yourself. You should be engulfed in flames. I understand with the fucking budget, we can't do that. But at least act like you're dying. Sound like you're dying instead of like you're watching this fucking movie. So after what I just told you, we cut back to Ruby's in the house, and the girl who is Carl's girlfriend walks in. What are you doing here? Some bullshit. Then they walk outside. They find the dude. They open up the fucking tool shed. He's dead, but he's still not fucking burnt up. He's got the bad makeup, and they're like, "Oh my god!" Quickly cuts to Carl on the phone. Hey, what's your face? What's going on? And then they're parked in the middle of the woods. So we missed. We went to come get you, but our car broke down. Here's the thing. So you went from immediately slamming the door shut, watching a guy burnt to death, to immediately these two women lost in the woods. So why didn't you film them driving to Carl and then getting, the car breaking down instead of 5 goddamn minutes of this dipshit just walking and trying to find the leprechaun? So now we're back to Carl and is his name Marshall? They're with UK Robert Patrick, and they get the phone call. Oh, he's telling the truth. We got to go save the chicks. So he opens the door. There's the fucking leprechaun, and he's got an axe in his hand. So he takes a swipe, and he slices Carl in the leg. No CGI blood this time. We can do CGI blood, I guess, once in this movie with the fucking hammer in the very beginning. So he falls down, no wound, no nothing. At least he pretends like he's hurt. And the leprechaun's slowly walking up to Marshall. Because Marshall's the one that stole the gold. And then you got UK Robert Patrick just literally in love, in awe of this leprechaun. I would say, since this leprechaun is life size, if there was a pair of knee pads right down, handy, Robert Patrick would get down there. And anyway, so Leprechaun looks at Robert Patrick. You're the one that hired them to steal me gold. And he does some bullshit. And Robert Patrick's mouth looks like it turns into like hamburger meat, to keep his mouth closed. But the problem is you can tell the motherfucker has something in his mouth because you have the bowl or like this. You have the bowl. It looks like hamburger meat, plastic hamburger meat. And it's covered in his mouth so he can't talk, right? But the problem is, you still see this side of his lip. So he's not talking, but you can tell he's got something in his fucking hand. The two guys escape, and he's still Robert Patrick Souls in his little fucking compact. 14 minutes left. Thank fucking Christ. So the women are hiding in a church, praying to God, save my unborn baby, that type of stuff. Leprechaun stalks the pregnant woman. She gets trapped. They miraculously get away. Don't know how. Now they're in the forest. The two gentlemen are driving. They end up in the forest looking for them. What's her name? Ruby gets knocked in the back. She gets knocked down. The leprechaun has a fucking baseball bat now. Knocks her down. Gives something to the pregnant lady. She waddles away. Ruby gives a gold coin to the leprechaun, and then he chops her up with a meat cleaver. Off screen. Again, no CGI blood because we used all the CGI blood for the fucking hammer kill in the very beginning of the movie. Now we're getting to him. He opens up his little compact. Ruby's soul is stolen, but I guess because we spent too much money on the blood from the hammer, and then we saw the green smoke of sucking a soul twice already, we can't see the green smoke this time. Our soul gets sucked in and we don't see it. Okay, bullshit's over. So what happens is after what's-her-face, Ruby is chopped up with a meat cleaver. And the woman runs away. Guys show up, and it's instantly nighttime now. So I don't know how long they've been in the fucking woods, but it's instantly nighttime. Is it Marshall? Marshall walks up, and the leprechaun, Kylo, force freezes him. He literally force chokes him. And, he's being choked because Marshall has to go, stuff like that. Waves his magic hand. I'm blind. And, of course, he puts his hands in front of his fucking face just to make sure he's blind. And then Carl, showing his excellent acting, that's what he's doing. And then, you hear some bones cracking. Marshall falls over, but he's still alive. It looked like his neck was snapped, but he's still alive. And as he's dying there choking, Just to make sure he's blind, he sticks his hands in front of his eyes again and then fucking dies. So then you have pregnant lady show up, and I found out during the ending credits that she is the director of this piece of trash. She hands the leprechaun a pipe. I guess that's what Ruby gave her. Leprechaun smokes it. Apparently inside was 4-leaf clovers. He puffs a little bit of green smoke, so I guess they do have the budget for the little bit of the green stuff. He, I guess, just dies. We don't even see him fall down. He drops his magical locket. What's his nuts? Carl steps on it, breaks it. All the little green dots float away. It's their souls. They're free. And then boom, I thought it was going to end just like that. I was hoping. No. A few months later, Carl and What's-Her-Face are watching a movie on TV. Carl says, I can't finish this. I feel the same way. He goes upstairs. She's going to join him later. He goes to the bathroom. Guess who pops out of the fucking shower? The goddamn leprechaun. And again, close-ups, you can see the actor's real skin under the fucking mask. He is, I don't know if Carl's just punched or stabbed or what. Trips, it doesn't fucking matter. He ends up falling on the toilet, sitting down. Leprechaun opens up the magic compact, and instead of trying to run away or scream for help or push the fucker, he's just literally on the toilet. The compact's opening and sucks in his soul, but you see Carl's hands, like on the side. Carl's just sitting there on the toilet, just doing jazz hands. So you got the pregnant lady or the director, whatever you want to call her. She walks over to the goddamn stairs, and apparently she has one of them chairs that helps you go up the stairs. She's a bigger girl, and it's a lot of stairs, and she's pregnant. You know, one of the stairs that Mrs. Deagle's on. The leprechaun oh, no, that's not what happens. First, she gets up from the couch, and her water breaks. So she's whispering to Carl that her water broke. And she falls down at the bottom of the stairs, at the foot of the stairs. She doesn't climb up and then fall down them. She literally falls on the ground. Leprechaun does his best. Mrs. Deagle slowly comes down. He says some bullshit in his Kylo Ren voice. She screams, the end. And then we have more padding. We get to see which I do like it when movies, they show that the actor, their character name, and then their real name. I like it when movies do that. So we get that, and then we get even more padding because then we show the credits again. Super fucking slow. Oh, and while that is all happening, so we get all the actors, their character names, and the credits, with the whole 90s montage that I like to say. And then we see a bunch of gold coins falling on the ground, even though they're fucking U.S. silver dollars. Okay. The Leprechaun's game. Want to play? No. Don't want to play. Now, this isn't the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. A lot of people, this is a very dumb movie. Have I seen worse? Oh, God, yeah. First off, the leprechaun looks fucking stupid. The Halloween mask is really lame. We don't know. He goes back and forth from using magic to using weapons. Why? Doesn't matter. Horrible characters for the most part. Other than, fucking Robert Patrick. I loved him. Bad CGI. Like I said, I can look past the bad CGI. There's no excuse for that fucking flame effect, where, we don't see any flames when the guy's burning up in the bad makeup. There's no excuse for the way the leprechaun looks. There's really no excuse for 5 minutes of that motherfucker walking, looking for the leprechaun, and then it ends like that. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's pointless. But guess what? It's better than anything Mark Polonia made. Suck it. I hate that man so much. And if you want to know who Mark Polonia is, go watch my Shark Week videos from last year. Never doing that again. Anyway, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment below. Have you seen this film? If you have, are you one of the few who watched it? If I sat here and now I understand why Mike and Frenzy ask me, why do you watch this shit? I used to say it's all about the fun factor. There was some fun in this. I liked when that girl was turning into a pretzel. That was really cool. That was really painful. That was a cool death. So quit using the fucking axes and the baseball bats and the meat cleavers. Do that type of, spooky shit. Fucking Kylo Ren. Anyways, comment below. Tell me if you like this movie. If you do, tell me why. Happy St. Patrick's Day, I guess. This movie sucks. And there's a sequel. My dumbass will probably discuss it next year. And again, Mike and friends, you're probably asking why. Be safe out there. Comment below, all that jazz. Click the bell. I got more things planned, and hopefully better fucking movies I have never seen on this channel. Cheers. And I know I just said cheers, but let me know what you thought of this kind of a running commentary, to discuss a movie. I don't know how often I'm going to do it. I might just use it for lame movies I think are going to be really fucking dumb like this, or, damn, what was her name? All right, Amy Schumer special. If this was something that a lot of you viewers enjoy, I might do more. If not, who sees? I'm drained, man. This was fucking lame. Cheers.